Well, I'm getting ready to take this head off so I can put this head on. Get ready to chop some corn here. Still gonna be at least 2 weeks before it's ready to chop, but I got one small field, maybe about an acre, little garden piece that the coon are really working it. It's nowhere near ready, but I'm gonna chop it off anyhow. I got room in the bag there behind the Sudan grass for at least 2 loads, maybe 3. I don't think there's going to be much more than a load and a half down there. Maybe I'll go out on another field and chop enough to finish this bag yet. I don't know, but I'm going to chop this piece off, put it in the bag, and then I'm going to start feeding it right away. The only problem I got to watch is probably going to make mush in the bagger, but see what's going to happen, but I'm going to take it off anyhow. But to take this head off, first thing we got to do is take the drive chain off. I already got the master link out of it. Take that chain off. Got to put this jack stand down, the jack support, and then I put a bolt in through here. It's supposed to be a safety latch here. Oh, come on, get down there. It's supposed to be another piece on this that hooks in to hold the head up and transport. They got broke somewhere along the line or what. But what happens is when I lower the cylinder, when the head gets all the way to the ground, this will pivot out to allow the corn head or the hay head here to ride on the suspension here of these springs. But I want to get them arms down lower so this will slide out. So when I put this in here, it's going to allow this to pull it all the way down. So it's going to let the lift arms underneath to go down further. So, and I'm just going to set it off to the side of the driveway here. I can just pivot this right around because I got to put this back on yet, because I should have third cutting to chop. I'm gonna have some. I know this down here will chop. I'm hoping I can get 7 or 8, maybe 10 load if I got enough grass that gets ready. But regardless, the head's gonna have to go back on. So now I gotta lower that to the ground. And there's 2 pins here I got to pull yet. Pull that pin. And this one will probably have pressure on it, won't pull out. Yeah. Just hold on. Here, got it out. Now we just work this forward. So it drops off them arms. And we got to pivot it out of my way. Now I got to back this up so I have some room to bring the other head in. There, that'll give me room to get it on. Yep, first thing I'm going to go do is go get the grease gun and grease that. Well, I can get it out in the open. Yeah, if there's any other grease fittings I got to get while the head's off. There's one on here, but that ain't that important. Yeah, I'm gonna pause here while I go get the grease gun. Okay, now it's gonna be the fun part, because there are the throat plates. One's got to go through here, and one's got to go into here, and the 2 pivot points got to go. One's got to get in here, and one's got to get in here, and I'm gonna have to line them all up. And I'm gonna do it from the skid steer. Yeah, there ain't no real easy way to manhandle this, and nobody helps me do anything, so I gotta do it myself. So you figure these things out. See how close we are. Okay, overall I gotta go down on top of them pins. With that one. We're on the wrong side of that plate. I think we got it. I'm pretty sure I got it. That's in there, that's in there. Let's quite get a pin in that. Yeah, I gotta have 2 hands to wrestle that in. Now we can get the pallet out. Yeah, I'm sorry if this video is a lot of jumping around, but and that's how you do it. Got that pin back in there. We got this pin over here. That one's in. It's in between. So that's all good to go. Now all I gotta do is take my drive chain, connect these sprockets down, get that tight. I gotta grease the whole chopper. And I gotta get the head grease. There's a bank of grease fittings here. On the other side. Yeah, bank of grease fittings right there. A bank right there. One grease fitting here, and then there's a U-joint down under there. And go see if I can find about 2-3 gallons of oil. So when I start this up, I can just soak the piss out of them chains. These chains need oiled. Must need a new chain there. There ain't no way to tighten that one up, I don't think. I have to put a new chain on there. But other than that, this should be ready to go. Hopefully nothing seized up or anything on this. This is one of the few things I can actually store inside. Doesn't sit out in the weather. So, but I didn't use it last year, and I only chopped a half a load the year before. So it's been 3 years since I've done any real chopping with this. But that's my plan here right now. I'm gonna get this finished up. Oh, one other thing I gotta do before I got to see the corn head, or the hay head has that gauge wheel to ride on, and it's a lot lighter than this head, so I don't need much pressure on these springs. But the corn head is just going to be a lead weight on the ground if I run it the way it is now. So this is basically, I got to tighten these up basically to these jam nuts to put pressure back on the head, or have pressure so this head's got some of a float to it. So other than that, I take about a half hour here greasing and stuff, running this, and then I'm gonna go chop that corn. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video. Probably won't make a video chopping this because it's short rows, it's narrow field. I'm gonna be doing a lot of dead driving, a lot of turning and stuff, and figuring out my row spacings, where I gotta set the tongue at to stay on the rows. It's going to be a mess probably when I'm done, but I'll try to make videos of it here later. Like I said, in about 2 weeks this other corn should be ready to go. Ain't none of it dented yet, but but I don't care. We get a frost, just gotta get the moisture down. Right now, like I say, it is too wet. It's probably gonna be over 70% moisture, and like I said, really shouldn't chop this, but I'm not going to wait on it. Like I say, the coon are working it, and I want to start feeding the cows some. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to feed this out green until it's gone and then keep feeding corn, or I'm going to just keep going in this bag and go into feeding the Sudan grass here yet. But I'm chopping this off now, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you later.